Hey, what's going on, man? This is Kane Frost, and I wanted to talk today about the difference between chasing and pursuing. All right, so I was out this past weekend, and I was talking to a female that I have known for quite some time, and she's had a boyfriend for as long as I've known her. And it's kind of funny because um, we've always flirted throughout the time, even though I know her boyfriend and all that other stuff, and he's a good guy. But we still just have this little playful thing going on. But, we kind of know both. I would never cross that line because she's going out with somebody, and she would never cross that line. But it's still fun to still mess around in that kind of sense because, people are still attracted to people regardless. It is what it is, man. You cannot hide attraction. You can't buy attraction. It's human nature if you're attracted to somebody or not, whether they're in a relationship. I've seen it many times when I've been growing up and working in certain environments where women are married and they're still flirting around with guys at the office and stuff like that. It's just never taken it to the next level. You got playful flirting. I think I even made a video about that, where you got playful flirting, and then you also got sexual flirting. Two different things. You can really take it to the next level with the sexual flirting, but depending on the situation of either two of you, if you're with somebody or if she's with somebody, then that's when you're kind of crossing the line. Personally, I don't ever advise doing that kind of stuff because to me, it's karma. What comes around goes around. If you feel like you have this awesome relationship going on and you've done that in the past, and you might not never even find out, but your girl could actually be sleeping around somebody else and you not even find out because she's just slick like that, because now you're just getting paid back on some stuff that you've done previously. So I don't ever advise that. But now if you've slept with somebody and then later they tell you that they are involved with somebody else, married or with a boyfriend or something like that, that's a different story because you didn't know anything going into the whole thing. Anyways, kind of a rant off the topic of what I want to talk about. All right, so you got the whole thing about chasing and pursuing. All right, so anyways, I was talking to my female friend, and like I said, I like to mess around with her, and kind of just playfully do things with her, or not do things, but say things to her that are kind of like, if she wasn't with somebody, and she likes it because, like I said, she even tells me sometimes that, nothing's going to happen, which is just funny to me because I always say the same things back to her. But we do those kind of things like that. And my friend was always like, he was like, what y'all talking about? And I said it. And he's like, why are you always chasing her for? And I'm like, you don't understand. I mean, like, that's not chasing. I see this girl like maybe twice a year. And when I see her, we just have this little flirtatious conversation, but nothing ever goes on past that. And and he's like, yeah, well, I just let the women come to me. And I'm like, see, you don't get it, because there's a difference between chasing and pursuing. Pursuing is every man has to do it. You can't sit back. To me, that guy's waiting for like some certain choosing signals. You can't just sit back and wait for somebody to choose you. Let women come to you and stuff like that. What if the woman of your dreams is put into your vicinity, into your area, but just didn't look at you? Let's say you saw her, but she didn't see you. And she had her back towards you. Even though you saw her walking in or whatever, she sat down, had her back towards you, talking to her friends. She's totally single, available, but you don't know it because you're waiting on a choosing signal, and then she gets up and walks out of your life. Maybe she walks to the bathroom or something, takes a quick glance at you, but she's supposed to, come to you then. That's just, to me, that's a stupid way to go about it. As a man, it's your job to show interest in a woman that you like her. Now, there's a lot of times where women will come to you and will show interest in you. A lot of times they'll, just be into you, be talking to you, just overly expressing of they want to make something happen. They'll ask for your number, Facebook, Instagram, Snap, whatever it is, but they're showing you that. That's usually if you're within a group of setting of friends, and then the girls and guys are kind of close to each other, then they're kind of a little bit more bold. But it's very, very, very rare where a girl just gonna come up to you and just start talking to you and start giving you all her info, because then she don't want to put herself out like that, and that's gonna kind of ruin her self-confidence if she goes up and puts herself out like that, and then you reject her and all that stuff, because women's emotions are a lot more stronger than the men's, so they can't do that. Now, that same night, there was a female friend, or a female, talking to one of my friends, one of my guy friends, and she was cool. She was with another group of friends next to us, and she had came, and I guess she liked one of my friends there, and he was sitting down, I was sitting down, and she was talking, trying to figure out all of us at the table, but I knew she wanted to talk to him because she had more interest. Her body was facing towards him. She had more interest in him, and and she started talking. Like I said, she was trying to get us all into the mix of the conversation, but eventually she pulled up a chair, sat down next to him, and started talking to him, and then they been hitting off like the rest of the night. I don't know what happened, but they were talking well over an hour or something. But that's her just being bold. That's awesome. But from a guy's perspective, you're supposed to always show the woman that you're interested in them. So the way you do it is you got to go up and start the conversation with them. You got to pursue them. You got to show them you like them by standing from a distance and not doing nothing, and verbally just making eye contact. That doesn't show them that you're interested. Sometimes you can come off as a creep if you just keep looking over there 3 or 4 times, 5 times, whatever, and you don't do nothing about it. Then that just shows like this guy has no confidence. Like, she's giving you signs and you don't even do nothing to go over there. So that's pursuing. You gotta pursue. You have to. Even on the first few dates, to set up few dates, it's your job to set up those dates. Once it's become a repetitious thing for more than 2 or 3 weeks, and you guys have been dealing with each other, you guys like each other, and you've been seeing each other, and you've been calling her, you've been hitting her up 1 time a week, setting up a date, and you see her that week, and you don't say nothing until the next week, you set up another date, then it becomes repetition. After a while, the woman's going to start reaching out to you, but you have to show her interest, that you're interested in her, for her to have interest back in you. She's not going to just have interest in you without knowing you. It's not the way it works. Like I said, unless they're bold, and usually they're just not bold like that. Especially the more attractive they are, the less bold they're going to be. The more attractive they are, the less insecure they're going to be. So then the less they're going to want to put themselves out there like that. Trust me, man, the more beautiful they are, the more less insecure they are. It's just the way it is, because they're so treated on this mantle everybody's been putting them on. So they have a lot of insecurities about that. That's pursuing. Chasing is when you just keep on going after a person that really has no interest in seeing you. That is chasing. That's different. That's now you're over pursuing. So if you're not getting the dates, let's say you set up one date, okay, it went okay. Then the next time you set up something, and then now she's flaking, and then you hit up another time, and now she's not responding, and then you hit up another time. That's chasing. That's when you keep going after somebody that doesn't want you back. That's chasing. 2 different things between pursuing and chasing. Pursuing is interest. Chasing is you already showed the interest, but they don't have no interest back to you. Now that's chasing. They don't want nothing to do with you. They're texting less. They're not or taking a long time to respond to your text. Maybe when you first texting, they'll text within the first couple of hours. Then they're texting within an hour, then within minutes. But now they're taking a day, sometimes 2 days, just trying to give you a hint that they're not interested as you are interested in them. That's chasing. Also chasing is, showing you have more interest. A person always wants to feel that you're a catch and that you're hard to obtain, to date. And so once they see that, they're like, oh my God, this guy's a good guy. I want to date him, but who else has him? So then they kind of want to turn the tables, and they want to chase you. And when they're chasing you, it's always a good thing. When they're chasing you, you're not going to get flaky dates. You're not gonna. That's how you know when you got a good thing going on. Is you're not gonna be getting flaky dates. You're not gonna be getting wishy-washy answers. They're gonna want to see you. You set something up. They're gonna want to see you that day. Maybe now they're starting to want you. They're starting to set up the dates after 3 or 4 weeks. Now they're really liking you. Now they're starting to talk about you to their friends, and now that's where you want to be, and that's different. And where that's them chasing you. I'm just saying that's the whole thing about everything about this is there's a difference between chasing and pursuing. Now the woman can chase the guy, as I was just saying. That's where you want to be, but the man chasing the guy, it ain't gonna work out. When you chase something, it's always going to repel the other way. And it's until you have the frame of mind where you know you're a catch. So here's how it all works out. You date somebody, you show them your best, who you are, and they're either going to like it or not. And I said, it's not going to be the first date. You're almost like an interview, so you don't really get everything going on the first date. The second date, you're more comfortable with each other, and you kind of let loose, and you're gonna figure out more and more about each other. Maybe you might sleep with her on the second date. The third date is definitely gonna be a sleep with her on the third date, but you guys are really, really comfortable with each other. And that's when you should be able to say, all right, I pursued you long enough. I was a guy. Now I'm good. I'm ready. I can just walk away, and I don't really need you in my life because I showed you who I was. It is what it is. And if you don't like me by this point, it's not gonna happen any farther. And that's when you can walk away, and that's when she chases. That's when if you're that good of a guy, that's when she's gonna want to be with you. That's the difference, chasing and pursuing. There's two different things. Don't sit back, wait for choosing signals for something to happen. The person that you can really be getting along with perfectly could just not have seen you, and you have to show them interest to show who you are. Don't, like that guy my friend told me, you gotta wait, man, you gotta let them come to you. No, you can't wait, because unless you're not some celebrity or some high known status person that everybody knows you as soon as you walk in, how are they gonna know you? How are they gonna know who you are, how you talk, how your vibe is, what type of character you are? How are they gonna know all that stuff from just looking at you across the room? You have to make the approach. You have to talk to them. You have to show them interest. And then once all that stuff, you get the date, and you show them the vibe and all that stuff. Sometimes it might even happen that night. You're just that much of a likable guy. They see you, and they're basically everything that they've been looking for. You might just happen that night, but they will never ever know without you making that first step forward. I've had it before a couple of times where, I've never even talked to a person ever, and at the very, very, very end, we're talking. And they're like, oh my God, where have you been all night? I want your number. I want to talk to you, blah, blah. That's how it is. Nothing would have ever happened had we not spoken, the whole night. All right, man, so that's about it for this one. Chasing versus pursuing. I hope you get this little message here. If you do like this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel. Don't forget, I got books, man. It's Be the Fire in Her Eyes and Decoding the Alpha Mentality. Talk about a lot about this stuff right here in these books. All right, man, until the next time, this is your boy Kayne Frost saying peace and rock on.